How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living on the average American salary? I just watched a TikTok of a teacher who makes a teacher's salary. I don't know what state she's in, so I don't know how much she makes, but her one-bedroom apartment is $2,000. And when she spends $2,000 on that one-bedroom apartment, it doesn't even come with a washer and dryer. So she has to go pay an additional $2 every time she wants to use their washer and dryer. Okay, like, how does that leave her any extra money to spend? And then she said she had a $400 car payment, which some people were bashing her on that. But in today's economy with interest rates, that's really not that bad. And I'm sure she needs a dependable car. So you talk about teacher's salary, $2,000 in rent, $400 car payment. You got insurance, you got groceries, electricity. Like, I don't understand how people are affording life right now, and it really makes me sad for some people.
And you see, you're starting to hear this more and more. And I ask myself this same question all the time. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. You have to be subscribed for great content like this. And don't forget to share so we can get it out there. So just like this young lady saying, and she's talking about a friend, or I believe she's a teacher, and she's talking about a fellow teacher. So first off, $2,000 a month for a one bedroom. That's smoking. So obviously they're in New York or California, some crazy place like that. But just say in this scenario, and I completely understand what she's saying. How can people afford these prices on any current salary unless you're balling? I've been asking myself that, and then you'll see polls like this. You know, how are things going on in the country? And then well is 28%, badly is 72%. So this is CNN, so we know we have to take it with a grain of salt, but still, even at that, 28%? Who are these people? They can't all be balling. Are these people that already have a fixed interest rate, say like a 30-year mortgage rate, and they're locked in around that 3%, and they're watching the rest of the community burn around them? It has to be a large amount of those people, because if you go into the grocery store, like the young woman was stating, just the prices of electricity, heating, your gas, all of this stuff, cell phone bill, car, your insurance, all of this stuff. And this is just the bills. Mind you, say you want to go out and have a good time, maybe go to the movies, because ain't nobody going to the movies at all really recently, right? How bad they've been. But say you want to go bowling with some friends or whatever, just get out the house. How are you going to do that when the bills and the cost of living are just completely running down your throat at all times? There's even a poll like this. Oh, how have Biden's policies affected U.S. economic conditions? And you got 58% worsened, but then 24 says improved. Who is that 24% that says that it has improved? How? I want somebody to explain, when you have mortgage rates at over a 20-year high, how that's improved economic conditions whatsoever. The gas prices that you see now are going to be like that in perpetuity. It's not like it's ever going to go back to the way it was. The current way they're going, the current plan, the agenda is to stick with all this electric vehicle green and all this stuff. So those good prices that you had where you could take $20 and it pretty much fills up your car, those days are long gone with the way that they are going. So people are happy with that? I just don't understand. When you're paying up to over $1,000 more a month, if you were to try to get into a home right now, or she was even talking about somebody that had a $400 car payment and people on top of her like that's a high payment. Are you kidding me? The average car payment right now, even for a used vehicle, is over $700. So that's actually a good rate. So when you times all that stuff, $2,000 plus the car, plus the insurance, you're well over $3,000 plus. And this is if you don't have kids. This is just a single person. And what are you going to make minimum wage up to? And she mentions that right here.
And what's sad is I've seen people be like, just spend less. Listen, guys, the cost of living is rising and our salaries are stagnant, okay? So there's not just spend less. That's not the problem here. The problem is the cost of living is outrageous, and minimum wage in some states is still $7.25. Teachers in some states are still paid a ridiculously low salary, even though their job is super important. I don't know we can do about this, but I'm just going on a rant because it really, really pisses me off.
She's talking about the minimum wage. Even if you made it $18 an hour and say you had full time, you work 40 hours a week. What's that, about 720 after taxes? You're right around the low sixes, right? Because you have income tax and you have Social Security, all this stuff that you're paying into. And then after 2 weeks, you're supposed to be at 14, but you're going to be somewhere around like the high 12 to 1300 range. So that in a month, right? You work full time. This is not missing a day. You didn't leave sick, no tips, anything, just a regular 9 to 5 job. You're looking at somewhere 2,500 a month. So say even if your rent or your mortgage or whatever was say 18, it wasn't 2,000 like this crazy 1 bedroom. How can you afford that plus everything else? Cell phone bills, and say if you have cable, hopefully you don't have cable no more because that's gone in the hole. How can anybody afford to keep up with all of this stuff? And this is on a singular income. Now, great it would be if you have a partner to help you out. You have a significant other, a wife, a husband, whatever, to help you out. That would be a little bit different, but people are getting absolutely smoked. But you want me to believe that this many people, got 28%, 24%, are cool with the way everything's going? There's no way in hell. There's no, the businesses, all of that stuff. There's no way they are making the money that they were making 4+ years ago. With the interest rates, with the inflation, grocery stores, go look at eggs, bacon, anything. Even if you're cooking at home or you're going out to eat, you're getting killed on both ends. So she proposes a good question. Where are these people at that are just well off? Or the Elon Musk, is that who you're going to tell me? Who are these people that they look at what's going on with gas prices, groceries, rent, mortgage, all this stuff, insurance, and they're looking at it and they're saying like, man, hey, everything's going good. I'm going to vote the same exact thing so we can do the same thing for the next 4 years. And it doesn't show any signs of it getting better. I want it to be better. I want the economy to be great and people to be saving up money. You saw that credit card debt just surpassed over 1 trillion. That's not good. Eventually that's going to come back. People living off their credit cards. So that's not good. That bill's going to come due eventually. So that's all I'm saying. If things are going in this way and they're not showing any signs of letting up, nothing's going down. I'm talking about inflation. No, it's ticking right back up, as well as unemployment. Everything keeps going up with no signs of it receding, but they want to tell you that the economic picture is in good shape. There is no way in hell. These polls have to be phony. It would have to be 90 to 10%. I would believe that, but 70-30, 75-25, there is no way. I would love to meet these people that think that the economy is in great shape.
What I'm trying to say to you is that the economy is in a better place than it has been historically.
So y'all let me know. Maybe the economy is just smoking and it's great for you guys, because I don't see it that way. I do not see it whatsoever. And mind you, this is if you do everything to the letter. This is if you don't get sick, you don't call in, you don't get hurt, you don't have, a couple kids with you or a significant other. This is if you just do everything by the letter with no extra expenses and you're not going out to the Olive Garden or the Outback and steakhouses and all this stuff. This is if you do it by the letter of the law, and this is just squeaking by. But people are going to line up and say they want 4 more years of this. There is no way in hell. I refuse to believe that. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You got to be subscribed for great content like this. And I will catch you guys on the next one.